right. I know I didn't really give a whole lot of notice for this live, but something just hit my spirit and said go live. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started because I know plenty of people always catch the lives on replay. But I don't know, I had a few things on my mind. I said, let me come talk to my people, see what they think, what they got to say. First of all, I apologize for not letting y'all know I wasn't gonna go live yesterday. I got the mirror on, so I'm confused because my brother he watched I guess one of the lives and he told me to put mirror on so that y'all can read the art. So I think it's coming through correctly now. Hey Melissa, thanks for coming back. Hey Pam. Hey Edisol. How y'all doing? So I apologize for that. But I got a good reason why I didn't go live yesterday. Many of y'all, if y'all come to the lives, pay attention in the comments and things like that, then you all are familiar with Butterfly. And so Butterfly is my longest member in the membership. She rocks with me even when the content is lacking over there. But I promise to do better. You too, Melissa. And we've developed a friendship offline. She's a part of the book club and things of that nature. And so she ended up coming to town. So we met up yesterday for dinner. And so that's my reason why I didn't go live yesterday, because me and Butterfly actually, met in person. And it was a really, really great time. Yeah, Melissa, yep. She was talking about you. She's like, you talk to Melissa. So she's so sweet, such a genuine person. So as y'all know, my birthday was last month. She came with birthday gifts. I'm like, really? And so I just want to share this with y'all. So Butterfly gave me this. I don't even know if I'm gonna I don't even know if I'm gonna even drink out this cup. I think I might put it over here on my shelf. Yeah, I don't know if I want to drink out of this cup. Can y'all wait? Where's the camera? Which way? Okay, that way. So my nails is all chipped. Can y'all see that? So it say, I came, I saw, I forgot what I was doing. I went back, I got distracted. When did I turn 50? Is this my cup? What's going on? I have to pee. That is like, sign me. Oh, it's on both sides. I didn't even realize that last night. Oh, look at me. I'm just as crazy. It's on both sides, y'all. So Butterfly gave me this. I thought that was too funny because that's how it be sometimes. You know, that's how it be sometimes. It's just like, what in the world? And then she also gave me this cards. The sun is kind of coming in. It's called Stress Relief and Self Care Cards 52. I didn't open this last night, so let's see what this is about. But had such a wonderful time. Got to know each other on like a deeper level and things of that nature. And it's like we've been knowing each other forever, And I think a big part of that is because she's part of the book club, and we actually have book club tonight. So those who are interested in book club, just a heads up, we are taking a pause. We've read plenty of books since I started the book club. This is the book we're finishing up tonight. Who Better Than You, The Art of Healthy Arrogance, and Dreaming Big, Will Packer. So we finishing that up tonight. And then we're going to take a break. I think everybody was definitely down with the break. I was a little hesitant to, say, hey guys, I think I need a break because I need to get my life together. And that's what I'm going to run my mouth about in a little bit. Oh, excuse me. But once I said it, everybody jumped on it. So for those who might be interested in joining us, we think that having it be over like the fall, winter months will probably be the best. Because we've been doing, I think over a year now. Yeah, I want to say over a year because I think we started last January. We done read a bunch of books. We done read Atomic Habits. What's this? Emotional Intelligence Quick Book. Let Them. I feel like we read something else too. But anyhow, if you're interested, be on the lookout. I'll probably start seeing who interested around. Hey Q. Around July. And then I think we said like October because people in the book club, like some of them have kids and things of that nature. And so I figure like after Labor Day, it's probably better for everybody because things kind of settle down. Like vacations are over, kids are back in school, that kind of thing. So she got me this stack of cards. So let me just read one. Okay. All right. So this is stress relief and self-care card. So this one just says from caring comes courage. Objective to be loving, kind, and compassionate. 1, close your eyes, take a deep breath, slowly exhale. 2, repeat to yourself, may I be kind, may I be happy, may I be safe. 3, repeat for others, may they be kind, may they be happy, may they be safe. 4, and finally, may everyone be kind, may everyone be happy, may everyone be safe. Oh, okay. I definitely need these. I need these. So yeah, Butterfly had gave me that funny mug and these cards for my birthday. But most importantly, just taking time out of her visit to the Chicagoland area, to hook up. And yesterday was a long day for me. But she had told me about this date, so I did not want to miss it. I had 2 sister-in-law clients yesterday, so I had been up and at them since like 9 o'clock in the morning. We met for dinner about 7. So I had a long day. So if I look a little tired today, that's why. But so that's why I didn't have live yesterday and trying to hurry up and do my clients and get dressed to meet her. Forgot to say that I wasn't gonna go live. So the other thing before I get to talking about what was kind of heavy on me is in March, it's considered, I think the formal name is International Women's Month. I think that's what it is, but it's known as like Women's Month. And so I had an idea. If you all have ever come to the lives and seen the panels I do with Tim and Jerron, I would love if some former Jehovah's Witness women, or maybe even women, they don't necessarily have to be XJW. Maybe if you like XJW adjacent or something like that. But I had got the idea that in women for one Sunday in March, if we could do a panel, because there's a lot of things that women experience in the JW culture that just doesn't, get brought out enough and things like that. Because even guys who do XJW content, they like, T, keep coming with it. Like when I do the ones about marriage or, just, hey, 5 things women should know before becoming a JW, all that kind of stuff. So if you know anybody who might be interested, make sure they email me. What is it? Still Still the same T at gmail.com. I think that's what it is. If not, you could, I think it's in the like the bio on the channel. I haven't decided which. I would love to do March 8th because that's like the actual International Women's Day, I believe, and that's a Sunday. But I want to see who's interested. Worst case scenario, I'll just go live, and then maybe my people might feel compelled to come up doing the live. So that's something that I want to put out there. I know a lot of people watch the lives on replay, so I wanted to make sure I bring that out. So, what did I want to chit chat and run my mouth about this lunchtime? So, a few weeks ago, it hit my spirit that, it was more than a few weeks ago. I think in January, I took a workshop with a YouTuber who I really do admire. Her name's Queen Sheba Darling. And so she had a workshop, and it was kind of like envision your life, not so much like a vision board kind of workshop. It was virtual. And the question that she had asked was to start it off, like, what do you really want out of life? Right. And so people will throw things out, and she's like, no, like, what do you really want? You know, like fear aside, this aside, that. And so we had our worksheets and stuff like that. I wrote down what I had put initially, but I could not shake that question for weeks. And so for like the last 3 weeks in January, I don't want to say I was checked out, but I didn't really do a whole lot. I just kind of sat in that question, like, what do I really want out of life? And so one of the big things came was I want to be debt free by the time I'm 55. So in order to accomplish that in my current state, I felt like I needed to get a job, right? I knew I didn't want to get a MP job because when you're MP, they like to sneak in. Like, one, you have to sign a contract when you're MP, and a lot of times they will put a non-compete clause in there. So what that means is you you basically can't work anywhere else, or you can't work in a certain specialty, or you can't work within so many miles of that job. It's crazy. So I didn't want to get a job on my MP license, so I was looking for jobs on my RN license. And because you don't have that, like, you get the job, you get your 2 week notice, you go on about your business. When you sign a contract for MP, like my last MP job, I had to get approval, so they was trying to scrutinize and kind of get all in my business with the clinic in order to move forward, which they asked me to work on my MP license. I initially got that job on my RN license doing case management. But once they saw what I had going on versus what they do, which is like community health, Medicaid, Medicaid insurance and things of that nature. So anyway, I wasn't even seeing patients physically with that job. And I had a 120-day notice requirement in that job. And so after that experience, and they literally made me stay there that whole 120 days, I was like, yeah, I have no intentions of ever working for somebody else on my MP license. So look for an RN job it was. I started putting in applications and things of that nature. And one time, y'all, I literally, from the time I hit submit, I don't even think it was 15 minutes. I just happened to be checking my email, and they had already sent a thanks, no thanks. So clearly AI is kind of scanning resumes, I guess. I've probably applied easily, maybe at least a dozen places, probably more by now, because after a while you stop counting. And yeah, I'm just not having any success, right? I get past maybe the first hurdle, and then they'll come back. And I think what's happening is they see that I'm an MP. And no matter how much I try to shrink that part of my, experience or enhance it in a way to say, hey, just because I'm an MP, um, it actually makes me a stronger nurse, or makes my assessment skills more advanced, or this and that. They don't want to hear it. And so I think what's happening is they see I'm an MP and they just think that the job is like a filler, like, oh, she's just coming on. Once she find an MP job, she's gonna leave. But it's like y'all not even letting me get to the in-person interview to let you know that that's not my intention, right? So anyway, I started getting a little bummed out about that. I did get one interview in person, but I think they just needed a warm body. It was the way the ad, the listing, the job posting read. It sounded like case management, but I feel like I'm kind of cut off at the neck. Okay, that's better. Um, it sounded like case management, but once I got there, it was home health. And shout out to all the people who do home health. I was like, when I woke up, and things move so fast. I don't know if this is like, I don't know if it's like this in other industries, but in healthcare, when they moving like this, they just need a warm body. They just want a warm body. It's like they don't even really care. But once I got there, they was nice and all that stuff. But I had already decided I didn't want it. But I was like, let me go and do the interview. It's not that far from home. And who knows? Because I've gone on jobs for one thing, and they like, you know what? Actually, we think you'll be good for this. So I was like, me being optimistic like I normally am, let me go ahead and go. Well, needless to say, it was confirmed. Home health is not my ministry. Going into people's houses, you don't know the situation, you don't know who live there, and it just sounded like I'm gonna run my car down. I'm gonna have 1,000,000 miles on it. I only have like 36,000 miles on my car, and it is what 5 years old. Because I've had a lot of work at home jobs, or I've worked places that were only 3 to 5 miles away from my house. So I was like, nah, don't want to do that. But in all this, I have gotten a little bit, discouraged because things are slow at my clinic. And, if you got dollars going out and, quarters coming in, things get tight. But today, I was playing my game as I do sometime in the morning. And it hit me that maybe the reason I'm not getting these jobs because it ain't meant for me to get a job, right? And what I mean by that is so much stuff goes on, having to go to a doctor's appointment without getting PTO permission and this and that, for those who follow the channel, my big dog, Kingston, I think he then broke his tail. We noticed like maybe was it yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, that he's not going up and down the stairs like he usually do. Now he'll eventually do it, but it ain't the same. And then today I'm taking him out, and normally his tail is up, swinging this and that. It's curved at such a weird angle. So of course I went on to Google and I'm like, I think he might have sprained his tail or did something. And that it did say that could impact, them going up and downstairs. Well, gotta take them to the vet tomorrow at 12. If I was working for somebody, people ain't gonna want to hear you gotta take your dog to the vet at 12 tomorrow, right? I got a family member who is having surgery next month. I plan to be there, the day of surgery. I just couldn't do these things if I was working. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe that just because I have this grand vision of being debt free at 55, maybe it's not gonna come that way. And then I have to be honest with myself. Am I doing all that I can in regards to marketing for my clinic as far as new people? I'm not. I If nothing else, I could be getting on you know, like my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube channel for the clinic. I could be getting on there every day to attract new people and say, hey, this is what we offer. This is how we can help you with what you got going on in regards to your health and wellness and things like that. So I'm like, all right, what they say, the rubber has hit the road. Like, what am I going to do? Because I may not get a job. Like, this may go on for months. And I just refuse to do patient care, direct patient care again. After 10 years of being a nurse, I do not feel like I have to, you know, do direct patient care, like, cleaning butts and things like that, passing meds. I feel like I'm beyond that. That's why I rather, obviously use my skills in case management, which is what I've done before, because my level of patient education and, when it comes to disease process and things like that, it is, more advanced, because I am an advanced practice RN. That's what an NP is, an advanced practice RN. So instead of being all sad and down and like, oh God, where's my next dime gonna come from? I was like, I gotta do better. I mean, I got so much content and have written out, have, drafted out content for this channel. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube, because some of my videos lately, I'm like, what the people say, I cooked on them. Like, I'm like, I think I jammed on those, but they're not pushing them out. So I don't know. I think YouTube then pulled back from small creators. I think at one time they was pushing, small creators more than like your mid-size or, obviously your huge creators. But I think they back pushing, your 50K subs, 100K sub type channels. And so you got to ride the wave, right? You have to ride the wave. So I came on here to vent a little bit, see what y'all got going on. And, I guess make a public declaration that I'm not going to say that if I see a job that I want to apply for it, but I'm like, I got to switch my mindset that I gotta go harder with the things that I have. So a little info, because a lot of people think when you have a monetized YouTube channel, right? Oh, you got 1,000 subs, or oh, you monetize and this and that. You got people who think you make millions of dollars just because you monetize, and that's not the case. Now, my videos, it's a bunch of combinations as to, how you get paid. But the good majority, unless you have like a huge membership, right? I got 2 people in my membership. So shout out to Butterfly, and shout out to Lady Tina. I appreciate them for staying consistent with me and supporting the channel in that way. But outside of that, shout out to Todd. Like, Todd gave me like a birthday super chat on my birthday. So that, a part of that, goes towards your revenue for the month. But for the most part, the way that I make money here on the YouTube channel is through the views. And views meaning the ads that y'all see in between the videos, or, during the videos and things like that. It's called AdSense. That's how I make the money. With YouTube, in order to get a payout the following month, so your earning period is that month. So the month of February, you would get that payout in March. The earning period in March, you get it in April. So you get it like a month later. And in order to get a payout, you have to be at $100. Y'all want to guess where I'm at for February as of February 23rd? Anybody want to guess? Put a number in the chat. Let me put y'all on the screen. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. Let me see if that's better. What y'all think? I promise you I won't be offended. Every time I play around with this thing, I learn something new. Well, let's go and see, y'all. Let's go and see. For the month of February so far, I am at $12.68. So I got a ways to go. I got a ways to go. I don't think I'm gonna hit my $100 for this month, and that's okay. You know, um, but if if the job situation is the way that it's going, I still have my goal. I still want to be debt free by the time I'm 55. Then I need to use what I have. I need to use what I have. So I need to, um, market more through social media, my email. Well, more so I should say social media for my clinic because I need new people. My warm people know. I need new people to know, hey, this is what we have to offer. And then in regards to this channel, I think all I can do is ride it out. But one thing I know I can do that I haven't been doing is I need to be consistent. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to put myself on I call it a 30-day run. Like when I wanted to hit my I had the watch hours. I got the watch hours super early. And that was due to my first like my three-part series about how I woke up as a JW. A lot of people watched it, beginning to end. So I had that 4,000 uh watch hours. I had that right away. But I could not get the subs. I could not get the subs. And so I went on a 30-day run. And I think it took me 33 days or something. And I think I might have started at, I got that notebook somewhere. I think I might have started at like maybe like 9:20 or something like that. So I'm just like, okay, just because we at the end of February don't mean I just give up and start fresh in March. But I'm like, all right, we got to get going. We got to get a plan. And um, that's where I'm at. I went to my friend whose birthday was yesterday, had a vision board bingo style party Saturday. And so she had these huge, posters, and you draft them out like a bingo board and all this stuff. And so people was kind of clowning me because most people was like, oh, you got a smaller one or whatever. But for me, I was like, and they like, where you gonna put that? And I said, well, I have my own office, at home. This my space. Like my husband don't come in here. He don't have no reason to come in here and do nothing. So, this is my room. And I said, well, I'm gonna put it, the wall in front of me because you need to look at it. That's how vision boards work. You gotta, look at it on a daily basis and stuff. And they was like, but it's so big. And I'm like, yeah, I need that reminder. I need that big old poster staring at me so that I can ask myself, am I prioritizing what needs to be prioritized today? It's still in the car because I got home kind of late and my hands was full. But I put practical stuff on there. I put practical stuff on there. And yeah, I have to you just have to move forward, y'all. You just have to move forward. So that's what I had on my mind this morning. So many things I need to get in order, and that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna see how this thing go. I got about 5 or 6. I have about 5 or 6 applications with the state, and anybody know anything about Illinois? The steak's so slow. And it's like when you get something fast, you almost be like, what's wrong? Did somebody do something wrong? Like it just takes forever with everything. Like Illinois has the ability for MPs to have full practice authority. That means you don't need a collaborating physician or anything like that. And I do plan to apply for it, but I have to make sure I have enough continuing education hours. So probably by the end of the year, I'll apply for it. I wish I had been more on it because the renewal period is about to start, and so I could have been doing it for my next 2 years of my license. But such is life. Um, but it just takes forever. I have two clients that work for the state. Now one I think one is trying to, what's the word, like soften the blow for me. The other one, is just kind of black and white. So the other one had applied for a position in October, and she didn't get notified until almost like 5 or 6 months later. But once they notified her and she had her interview, she got the offer, and things was good. But it took, she had forgot she had even applied for the doggone job because it took that long. And then once she got in and went through her like probation period or whatever you want to call it, she applied for like a higher position. She put in for that, and it took 6 months again. So I'm just like, where's my other client? It's like, she had me thinking like, oh, when they get back from the holiday, you'll start hearing stuff. Well, it's about to be the end of February. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. So I think what I'm gonna do is just focus on the things that I can control, right? I can control my marketing, getting up, plant, knowing every day what needs to be done and things of that nature. I can do that. I can continue to go through my HRT program. Y'all, this HRT, I could kick myself. I should have started this a long time ago. I paid for the course, I think 5 months ago. And I was, so caught up with finishing up my gut health course and getting my book out and getting the supplements and things like that. But this HRT is something else. It's something else. I am learning a whole lot, a whole lot. So I'm excited about that, being able to help women, perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal. So that's exciting. So that's something I can keep doing. So I got a lot going on. That's why I had to put a pause in the book club. And yeah, I may take one more Sister Lock person. I had a person reach out to me, but if I don't hear from her, I'm not going to reach back out. Because, see, content is laborious, but it's more so because it's more mental labor, right? You got to get the content, get it recorded, edit, make it to where, people want to click and stay and listen. So that's, it's more mental. But Sister Locks, even though I finished my retightenings in, for the most part, 3 hours, I have a few that might go over 3 hours just because they got a lot of hair, a lot of locks. It's laborious. And to have done two people back to back, and both of them, I get both of them two people done in less than 3 hours. But it was like I didn't really have time to rest. I be needing to decompress or what have you. But I'm gonna just keep pushing through. Cause today with this stuff with my dog, I need to have an MRI. And I'm like, if I was starting a new job right now, they probably be like, ma'am, you got too much going on. When you start these jobs, they want you to, be dedicated to them. I'm going to Atlanta in May. because my younger cousins graduated from high school. Um, you know, it's just things. So I was like, okay, maybe the Lord is saying this ain't the time. You know, maybe right now it's just not the time, and that's why I'm getting the thanks, no thanks. So what I'm gonna do is challenge myself to not make getting a job like the top priority, and instead let the top priority be the things I can control. you know, a 30-day run on this channel as well as the clinic channel. Am I posting every day? Am I going live? Am I posting? What am I doing to get eyes on me, right? Or get views and things of that nature. Um, yeah, stuff like that. So that's it, y'all. It's so much stuff going on in the world. We'll have to do another live for that. Stuff going on in Mexico. It's just a lot. It's so much stuff going on. But I'm going to I got my calendar here, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna spend the rest of today outside of getting ready for I love these planners. I've been buying these what is it? I think the company is actually called 30 Commit. Yeah. No, Commit 30. I love them. I don't think this is real leather. I think it's faux leather. But yeah, I love them. So like each month, they'll have like something, then you can, I don't know which way I'm going. Then you can kind of plan your month out. And when I really get all my stuff together, right? I do so well. I mean, I do so well. So I'm like, all right, let me get my sugar honey iced tea together. You know, let me do what need to be done. So that was it. That was all. What y'all doing today? How's your Monday going? Oh, I gotta finish reading for tonight, y'all. This was a good book. It was a good book. Um, how many chapters do we got all together? Oh, we ain't got that much. It ain't that much to finish. This was a good book. Sometimes it felt like it was some of his stories kind of felt made up. Is the chat froze? Because I don't see nothing. Last thing I saw was Melissa saying love it. Can somebody at least put a one so I know if the chat is froze? Because I don't want y'all thinking I'm not responding. Let me see if I put a one in there. Oh, okay. So at least I see my one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, y'all still there. I appreciate that. Oh yeah. So I was saying this is a good book. Um, I think like each time we have read one of these books, I always kind of walk away with like, what's the one thing I can think about? And so I think for me with this book, it's a chapter. I forgot what he was talking about, but the phrase that I keep thinking about, and that's another thing with the whole job thing is stay in your lane, but like kind of know when to widen it, right? So that's what I call myself doing, right? Staying in my lane, getting an RN job, preferably work from home, case management or like care coordination or, patient navigation, something that's not, direct patient care. But I call myself widen it a little bit. I put in what's the name of it? It was called Health Coach RN. Very interesting, like right up my alley. It's not work from home, which would have been nice. But it was no weekends. That's the other thing. At 51, after 10 years of I'm gonna say teaching, 10 years of being a nurse, I don't want to work every other weekend. I do not want to work every other weekend. I could even do the one summer holiday, one winter holiday kind of thing. I could maybe do that. But the every other weekend, I just can't do. I just can't do it. I don't want to work 312s. I used to think 312s was gonna be like the best thing since sliced bread. But whether you work nights or days, at least for me, and I became a nurse at 40, so I was older. You'd be so doggone tired the next day. And Lord forbid you try to put two back-to-back 12s together, like when you have to work the weekend, you could forget it. After you didn't work two 12s in a row, whatever that next day off, you ain't about to do too much of nothing. You ain't. And if you do, you just pushing through. You just pushing through. And I'm like, I'm too old to be pushing through. Too old to be pushing through. But that was it, y'all. Just a little lunchtime chit chat realization for myself, realizing, sometimes we could try to force things, or, we think, oh, this is the answer. And sometimes maybe that ain't the answer. Maybe sometimes that ain't the answer. And I think right now that ain't the answer. So what can I do, to generate more revenue for the time being? So that's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully, um, hopefully YouTube will put me back in the algorithm, because I'm like, man, some of my last videos, like they was good to me. I mean, then obviously, people who watched them, they really enjoyed them, and like, yeah, you was right on this time, and this, that, and the third. Sorry, y'all. Mm. So, um, so I don't know. That's how it go. But anyway, y'all have a great Monday. I'm about to finish reading so that I'm done and ready for book club, and then I'm gonna start getting my life together. I might have to do some 30-day runs, as they say. I know that could be triggering to some people. They use that phrase a lot in like MLMs, multi-level marketing, network marketing, stuff like that. So, but this is going to be a positive thing. It's like a little challenge to myself to, make myself be consistent, because anytime I've done that, whether it's like exercising, when I did the 75 soft, man, I saw a difference, right? 75 soft, working out 75 days straight, I saw a difference. So at the end of the day, I hate when that sun kind of comes through like that. The main thing with those kind of things, like, oh, I'm gonna post for 30 days, or I'm gonna go live for 30 days, or whatever the case, it's the consistency. It's the consistency that is basically helping you, yield the result, right? Helping you train your mind, your body, whatever it is, for the habit that you're trying to establish. And so I definitely got to do some reprogramming. I got to do some reprogramming in a lot of ways. So that's how it go, y'all. So that's what I'm gonna do. Finish reading my book, so I'm ready for book club tonight. Our last book club to the fall. If y'all haven't, go check out my last video, which especially if you are a former XJW, or if you are a physically in, mentally out JW over here watching content, talking about some narratives that JWs like to, what's the word I'm trying to use? They try to act like they true, right? So put that video together and let me know what you think about it. If you get a chance to watch it in the comment section. Um, but yeah, let me go ahead and get productive, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Ooh, I did make my money last week. I just got the email. When you reach $100 threshold with YouTube, if you didn't know, Google owns YouTube. And so you'll get an email. Typically you get the money, I think, on the 21st, but if the 21st fall on the weekend, then it's like, excuse me, the next, like business day. So you never know what time you're gonna get that email, and they basically send your email saying, hey, your money on the way, kind of thing. Oh, and if I didn't mention, if you don't reach $100 threshold, it's not like it just go away, it just roll over. So, and like lately, like I say, because the views been so low on my videos, I get more views like on the shorts. I don't know if it's just attention span. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, well, I do know one factor. I'm not being as consistent. so I can't blame it all on other things. So so yeah. And so now they have it where anytime you put up a short, it just automatically switch on to monetize, because you can do a video and not want to monetize it. Like, maybe if it's something, like a tragedy, but you want to cover it. You don't have to monetize that video because it's like, well, I'm not trying to, capitalize on this tragedy kind of thing. So but I notice now when I upload shorts, they automatically are monetized. It's a lot of stuff changing. Like they want us to, like, I got invited to be in a program where I can like put products in my videos, and I got to find the time to look and see what they're talking about. Now, if it's a product that I use or, a product that I'm talking about in the video, okay, I'll put it in there. I don't know. But yeah, things are changing over here on YouTube. So you definitely have to be, you got to be vested in your channel, in your content. You can't just be doing it for the money. You gotta definitely want to do it for the message. And some people out here, they doing it for the money. Like they lying, they scamming, they, got people thinking that they about to give up their apartments and live in their cars because they following trends. It's crazy. So I'm a person who I consider of high integrity, so I'll never do that kind of stuff. I'm not about to follow the trend. So that's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna post the live schedule because it's way other things that I want to talk about. But this was more just like a chit chat. See how y'all doing, and just talk about how, in life things may not always go as you plan, and it might be because the universe and the Lord got another plan for you. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Peace.